गांधी जी। ये बच्चे गवर्नमेंट हाई सेकेंडरी स्कूल भालड़ा गांधी महोत्सव के तहत जो भी असाइनमेंट हमें टास्क दिया था DSC EJ की तरफ से, तो इन बच्चों ने बखूबी ढंग से अपनी कला को पेपर के ऊपर उतारा है। साथ में मैम है जिनकी डायरेक्शन में ये कार्य जो है ये सिद्ध हुआ।
Govt of class 10 is here to deliver my speech on the topic the truth, non-violence and philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. Truth stands even there will be no public support. It is self-sustained. The future depends on what you do today. Whenever we think of Mahatma Gandhi, the two words came in our mind. First, truth and non-violence, as he was a staunch believer in these two ideals. Born on 2nd October 1869, Gandhi is known as the father of the nation. A lawyer by profession, he used truth and non-violence as his tool during India's freedom struggle against British colonial rule. But his ideals of truth and non-violence still remains relevant in the 21st century. Gandhiji thinks that non-violence and truth was not a negative concept but a positive sense of love. During the freedom struggle, Gandhi introduced the spirit of Satyagraha to the world. Satyagraha means devotion to truth, remaining firm on the truth and resisting untruth actively but non-violently. There are several examples in history which show how strictly Gandhi followed the practice of non-violence in his life and political journey. One of them is withdrawal of non-cooperation movement which began in August 1920. The movement was aimed at self-governance as obtaining independence, with the Indian National Congress withdrawing its support for British reform following the Rowlatt Act of March 1919 and the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919. However, Gandhiji suddenly entered the non-cooperation movement in 1922 after the Chauri Chaura incident, though many Congress leaders wanted it to continue. Truth and non-violence, political and personal acts. When you are right, you have no need to be angry. When you are wrong, you have no right to be angry. There is no God higher than truth. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
As a leader of Indian people, his whole life story is a great inspiration for us. He is called the father of nation and Bapuji because he spent his all life, their life fighting to the against British rule. He launched many movements against the British rule such as non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement and the Quit India movement.
He had come from South Africa where he had successfully fought the racist regime with a novel method of mass agitation which he called Satyagraha. The idea of Satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need for the search of truth. Mahatma Gandhi believed that this dharma of non-violence could unite all the nations. The Rowlatt Act. Gandhiji in 1919, Gandhi wanted non-violent civil disobedience against such unjust laws which would start with a hartal on 6th April 1919. The non-cooperation movement. Mahatma Gandhi declared that British rule was established with the cooperation of Indians. If Indians refused to obey the British rule in India, then the British rule would collapse with a year and Swaraj would come. The effects of non-cooperation on the economic front were more dramatic. Foreign goods were boycotted and liquor shops were picketed, Gandhiji persuaded the people to wear khadi clothes instead of using the foreign clothes. The Salt March and the Civil Disobedience Movement sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin stating the 11 demands. The most stirring of all was the demand to abolish the salt tax. Irwin was unwilling to negotiate, so on 6th April, Mahatma Gandhi manufactured salt by boiling seawater. So Mahatma Gandhi's main philosophy was truth, non-violence, Sarvodaya and